Yo, what is up, bros and bros? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. How are we doing today? Currently, we are in round 3, baby. We are against pure Ryzeal, and yeah, we lost the die roll, opening Fluoros statue infantry prince squad. Thank God for Fluoros. I mean, we opened non-engine. I'm surprised we only opened one non-engine. To be frank, we did open 2 of our bricks, being infantry and statue. Something to take into account for sure. And then no real extenders here, so no no Teus, no Poseidra, no discard outlets, or I don't know what you call those. But yeah, so he starts with ice. So starting with ice into Fluoros is pretty tough. And he does make the correct play to send Eclipse here off the X. I'm actually shocked here. I guess maybe I'm not shocked here. So I drop Perulia here, which is kind of unfortunate because it doesn't get any real value. But he just makes Detonator and then passes. Now I'm not a Ryzeal player, so I don't know if this is correct. Is this correct into Fluoros? Now, I mean, I guess. I don't know, maybe he didn't even have any more extenders in hand, so I don't even know if he could have kept playing. So maybe he was just limited. And did he add off the X? To go back see real quick. Because he was actually telling me the other day, because I noticed in his next game he does not add off the X, and I just want to see if he adds it here. That's crazy. That's crazy. I gotta really get on him about that, because that's just you can't be doing that. You can't be missing searches like that. Now, if you do you probably go for the Dweller? No, no. Don't you probably go for the Dweller? Now maybe after I add this Perulia, I meant to drop it before he activated Desires, but he activated Desires too fast. If he activates Desires, if I drop Perulia, are you still specialing another guy from hand, giving me another draw, and then specialing another monster from the extra deck, giving me 2 more draws? Or do you, to make a Dweller, or do you just pass on Detonator? I don't know. That seems unsure. I end up drawing Deep Seeking anyways. So in all, I drew 3 of my breaks in this hand, which was really unfortunate. Luckily, we do have the Prince to land that we're able to normal summon through. He has all hand traps. Yeah, and so we send, I think we sent Dragoons. So Dragoons added Shrine, then Dragoons added Poseidra, and then Poseidra sends Squad. So we're gonna target the Detonator here. We're gonna force. So it's really cool here that he can't target. If you can make Poseidra your first action, if there's no field spell that you need to deal with, the sooner you can resolve Poseidra on effect on field to spin back the Detonator, the better. Because it just allows you to bypass that many pops. So here we're bypassing 2 pops because he doesn't have to pop himself, and he had another material underneath anyways. And yeah, he's gonna get the summon back, but we sent our squad that we sent. We'll be summoning Pike, and then our Poseidra sends Dragoons, and then on a new chain link we go Dragoons 1, Pike 2, discarding the infantry in our hand to then target the duo drive again. And we're just trying to take him out of pops completely, leaving him on 1 pop basically. And then our Pike should be adding Minstrel, and our Dragoons adds Prince. Another awkward thing here, just a little chat if it ever mattered, was that he did not send the Eclipse off, I'm popping with the infantry, and he's just saying, okay, well, it's just the same material. Even though it's not, Eclipse is much more important beyond the Detonator than the Ryzeal. So I probably should have caught that as well. So yeah, I think I went Shrine, send Prince. Oh, Minstrel. I went Minstrel, send Prince. And then he chained and he popped my Pike, and then Prince brought back Dragoons, which I guess is good to stop the rank 4 play. And now I go Shrine, send Dragoons. So what's funny enough here is that the hand is pretty awkward, because we get to see his hand, and we get to see he has Ogre Veiler left, as well as Nibiru. So he had Nibiru, Ogre Veiler. We hit the Nibiru, and so now I'm left with how do I play through the Ogre and Veiler with the resources I have left? I was somewhat unsure here. Now I almost think in hindsight the Prince should have maybe summoned back Squad. Maybe should have summoned back Squad, and I could have threatened multiple rank 7 plays that way. Because it felt like, and because whether I just like went straight up into Poseidra and detached just to send from deck to spin back to, he can Veiler that, and then if I go Squad like off this Trite summon, he can Veiler that. He didn't Veiler. Obviously, I want him to Veiler the Trite. I want him to Veiler the Trite so I can go up into Poseidra. But he did not do that. And so I really didn't know what was the correct line here. I was having a really tough time finding it. This would have been an instance, maybe. Well, I mean, even if I had a Abysskeeper in my extra deck, I'd still be summoning Deep Sea King. I'd still probably get Veilered on the Abysskeeper, and so I knew this was gonna get Veilered. I didn't know if there was a better play, anyways. If anything, I just kind of wanted to force it out, putting him on. I think it was like cross out. Oh, what was it? Cross out. Perulia. Cross out Perulia. Yeah, so I ended up just linking 2 into Coral Anemone. Somebody back statue, just like living on a dream, and yeah, attack over the body. I want him to be stuck on detonator, so just in case he can't just freely make a new one, he's gonna have to like make Eclipse first. And I have Prince in hand, so I have that disruption set up, and so that's why I thought the statue would be an acceptable play here. Yeah, so looking at this, I mean, this is maybe. This is an awkward little play out, just because yeah, I did open a lot of bricks here, and I do recognize that bricks in the Deep Sea King build are legitimate. Also, he has desires. Did he must have used that desires. I Yeah, I don't know why he's playing so awkwardly. This was a player that used to be my testing partner, and now, well, just hasn't really committed too much time to the game, and like where he's kind of like half in, half out. Like he's willing to, like he's just one of those guys who's like willing to buy like the best deck kind of thing, and just play what's good. But he doesn't spend too much time, I think, like really trying to learn the strategy or learn the meta. So at first when we were playing this matchup, because we've been playing these 2 decks since they came out. I mean, we know like when the first wave of support came out, Rage of the Abyss support. Ever since he could start playing Ryzeal, he started playing Ryzeal. And in the beginning, it was pretty. It was a little back and forth, but for the most part, he was winning. Yeah. Oh, and so he didn't have an out, by the way. What was that? What do you have? He just went detonator. Yeah, he just went detonator attack. He didn't even summon. I think he had a Ryzeal in hand. Was it ice? It was ice. So I mean, sure. It's like, what do you do? Like, so what you normal ice, and then you normal ice, and then you don't get the effect, and then you attack over, and then you do nothing next turn. Yeah, I get it. And then I summoned Pike off the squad from the Poseidra because I was actually out of princes, and I needed a 4, so that way when it came to my turn, I could just instantly rank. I also want to get the statue out of the way of this coral, so I could rank 4 into Bahamut, make a Toad, and then I could either re-summon the statue, or I could summon Prince, or whatever, summon Squad to use as a rank 7 play with Poseidra. A lot of options there. But yeah, I don't know. As I was saying, so yeah, in the beginning, it was more back and forth, a little more on his end. He was winning a little more often because I was still learning new water, and I was still learning the meta, and just trying to get better. And now we've gotten to a place where when it comes down to equally matched hands, it's not the same. It's not the same. So in case you're watching this, just hit me up, man. Just show me you want to play. Show me you want to play, and I'll play. But yeah, so going into game 2 here, we open. Let's see. Oh, this hand was cracked. Prince, I think Teus, Ash, Encore, Fluros. Oh my god. Oh, Demolisher. So this is a very interesting hand because this one's also like played out incorrectly, but I don't think it ever mattered, and I'd be curious, and I need to watch it again to like really know. So yeah, he goes normal ice. I go chain Fluros, obviously, and I draw Shrine, which is a disgusting draw. I'm like, all right, well there's Droll. You know, I saw Shrine. I'm like, all right, so we're playing through Droll. And then yeah, so he summons Sword, and Sword grabs Axe. Once he decides to grab it, oh, he must already have X in hand, so he's just looking for any other target. And I don't think Sword can grab Node. I don't know if that's correct or not. I think that's correct, right? That Sword grabs a light, and Node's probably a fire that X can grab. I think that's how it works. But yeah, so oh yeah, so then he remembers he had Ash Blossom for the Fluros. So and he made that like oh, I messed up. I'm like, what, do you have Ash? And he's like, yeah, I had Ash. I'm like, all right, well, show me, and we'll go back. So I just like, you just gotta trust me, because I had the Ash in hand, my own Ash. I'm like, you just gotta trust me. I'm putting the right card back at top. I mean, I'm recording this. I don't want to cheat. There's no point in that. So he so he goes Duo, and he goes Duo effect to add, and I'm like, bet. Oh yeah, and he specials Axe, and he doesn't add again. Oh, I did not know it was back-to-back games he did that. And then imagine if that detonator just somehow just stayed on top, and I just like forgot, and I had to face against an extra detonator. It'd be crazy. So, because he went Duo here, he would have had Node, Droll, Ice, Perulia. Now, he could have gone special Node, send Duo, right? Would he be able to send the? But he has no targets engraved, so he couldn't just go Node send Duo. So maybe he'd actually have to go Ice send Duo to special Ice, and he still have an X on board, so he still have X on board. He goes Ice send Duo to summon itself, Node summon itself, Node send Perulia to summon a body, and they can make Detonator, Dweller, Droll. It's pretty cracked. It's pretty cracked. Do I deal with that? I don't know. I do not know. With the hand I would have had here, being Teus, Prince, Shrine, Encore. Teus, Prince, Shrine, Encore versus Duo, or not Duo, Detonator, Dweller, Droll. It's kind of yikes. It definitely would have been a more yikes game. And again, honestly, I wish he just did the right play, so I've actually seen that. That's another part of like these locals is like, I'm trying to play against players who are like pushing me to like get better, and this has just ended up being kind of free, you know, because now it's just yeah, I'm playing through Droll, but you have an empty board. You know, you have a full board, but at the same time, it is an empty board. So yeah, I know a Prince, I send Squad, and yeah, so I have Teus, Shrine in hand, so we're already pretty locked in here. Yeah, so I probably should have added the Poseidra. I kind of knew the Droll was coming, but part of me is like, okay, well, I'm just assuming it's coming, but I don't actually know. No, I should have added the Poseidra here for sure. For sure. That would have been the correct call. But it's fine. But yeah, so then we go Shrine, send the Prince, summon Deep Sea King, Prince summon Squad. You know, he has one card in hand off the Encore, summon back X search. Funny how he remembers that search. And then yeah, so now we just discard, make all monsters level 7, and we're gonna go into Trite. We're just getting real big here. Yeah, okay, cool. I was like, whenever those when squad makes your whole entire board level 7s, it can be scary thinking that did I summon back off the trite? I don't know if I did. Oh, I did. Okay, I summoned Dragoons back. Got it. Yeah, because you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful with your squad, because if you turn on your monsters level 7, you might still think they're like 4 or 3 or whatever. And especially if you have like a Dragoons on board, you look at the Dragoons going, oh, that's a 4, when it is no longer a 4 due to squad effect. But yeah, we're going beside you here. We're just spinning everything back to the hand. I didn't really think it mattered which one I did, but you know, it's like a just in case doesn't matter. And then, oh man, DC King's so crazy. I know there are a bunch of bricks, but just look at the amount of bodies you put up for no reason. And it's just important to recognize that, oh, this is really cool too. Poseidra puts all these cards back in hand, just makes Baby Croc more alive, as well as like. Now I know the hard part is actually getting here, and I think that's fair. Yeah, before I kept playing, I'm like, no, I'll just go for game. What am I doing? I'm overplaying here. But like, man, I had everything, man. I had Statue Revival. I was gonna have double. I don't know if I'd had double Toad, but I don't know if I got to Porpoise. I don't know if I got. No, I don't think it would have been double Toad. I don't think it would have been double Toad, but it still would have been like Statue Toad, Giles, and he'd have to attack over the statue and then play in the main phase 2, and I would have had too much. But yeah, that was the match. Unfortunate one. Yeah, it's okay though, because I actually think that the list I took here was strong in some aspects, but in others, really weak. I think there's a couple things I'm starting to see. So like I played the most bricks in this list. You know, infantry, Mulan, statue, Deepsea King, Baby Croc. Those 5. Those are 5. I honestly don't really call. I do not see Minstrel as a brick. Minstrel is kind of the same as like Poseidra, where it's an enabler, and you need to have a certain amount of those. And you know, it's an enabler that fills a role in the deck. It does help going first. It's searchable. Even if you see going second, it's not that bad. But like, so with the bricks in the deck, I definitely think I played too many. I also think the Nibiru sucked. I want to like Nibiru. I want to be like all the other cool kids who talk about how they play 18 hand traps, 15 hand traps, they play 3 Nibiru, and it's crazy. It's never been crazy for me. I keep coping, and it just doesn't work out. So yeah, Nibiru was not, and it's not even like Nibiru should have been replaced by anything. Nibiru should have just not been in the list. But yeah, so and also I think I do miss 3 Poseidras. I think 3 Poseidras probably just necessary, just because you just like, so one, it's still an enabler, which is important. It's still an enabler, which is important at the end of the day. It just means you're going to have more live hands than less, as well as, you know, going second. It's so important to have that card that I think it is worth playing 3 copies, because it can, like, even if you opened like Poseidra in a brick water, you instantly have starter Warbreaker. Like, what? So I don't know. This was I guess it was a good weekend to have not so competitive matchups, because this list was a little outside of maybe where it should have been. But yeah, that's it. So thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you guys around. See you in the next video, and peace.